Gameiro needs some support, and in the end the ball stays in play at the feet of Rakitic. This is Alenia to Leo Messi. Suarez immediately makes the run, just overhit for the Uruguayan and collected by Neto.
It's interesting because you and I have watched over recent seasons Rakitic deputised in this pivoty position where Busquets normally holds court, and show that he has the brain for it, he has the positional sense for it, and there we saw him attempting the kind of pass that...
Yeah. Semedo. Piqué square to Vermaelen again. Sergio Roberto in space ahead of him. Coutinho offering the short pass. He in turn finds Vidal. Vidal picking out Leo Messi. Messi with the ball in. Vidal goes down as he tries to get to the far post. Quickly back up on his feet to trot back to midfield. He didn't get off to the greatest of starts when he's wrong and knowing what he's doing right.
I agree with you, but it takes two to tango as Valencia gets some ground there.
Decent ball in towards Was, well dealt with. And it'll be a throw. Good work from Sergio Roberto there.
His tango partner is this man, Valverde, because Valverde had good cause to sanction him over the wrists, the things that Vidal said, the way he acted in private and in public about his displeasure about not being playing automatically meant...
Sergio Busquets.
It's an homage.
There's the 4-4-2. Very, very tight, those two back lines of four from Valencia. The ball falls to Messi. Down he goes. Play on, says the referee. Parejo quick to find Gameiro. Gameiro to find Moreno. Plenty of options here, including Cheryshev down the left, Was down the right. He goes through to Gameiro. 1-0 to Valencia. Kevin Gameiro with the goal. Rodrigo Moreno with the assist. It's a classic counter-attack. Halfway through the first half, Valencia take the lead, and they take the lead in style.
They have taken advantage of one of the few things that Barcelona are not very good at. When the tackle is made, and I back on Diano that at this first side, we don't have a replay yet, the white flag can't go up. Now Barcelona and Rakitic caught out of position are unable to dispel the counter-attack, but above anything else, because we see teams being able to counter-attack Barcelona at the Camp Nou regularly when Barca play high up the pitch. Very few teams play as effective, so many correct passes as that, and finish when the chance is there. We very often see some little gremlin in their movement as they burst up pitch. Not for Valencia, that's why they're 1-0 up. Very, very good goal, bright goal.
And very intelligent from Rodrigo. Looked like he's missed his chance to the right, wide on the right, in acres of space, Daniel Was. On the left, in acres of space, Cheryshev.
Correct.
Instead, he goes through the middle, the difficult pass to Kevin Gameiro, who didn't have to think twice. Pulled the trigger and buried it.
That incredible elixir, that hard to pin down, hard to maintain elixir in football called confidence. Gameiro all season miserable, maintained faith by the coach. 3 goals in midweek here, a beautiful assist.
1-0 to Valencia. A real blow to the fans here in the Camp Nou. Let's see how they respond. Let's see how Barcelona respond as Valencia get the advantage in this first set. Here's Semedo.
I was about to say, when our graphical artists were showing the patterns on the pitch, never mind at 23 minutes and 0-0, Valencia would be delighted that 2 banks of 4 you're looking at now have stayed rigid, have stayed in the right place, have worked as if they've got chains linking them. One moves, the next guy moves, and what's more than that, they have stopped Barcelona moving the ball quickly.
It's Leo Messi trying to remedy just that, looking for Vidal. Vidal getting there ahead of Piccini, but it's advantage Piccini, who turns away from Vidal, keeps the ball in play, takes a little sprint down the line, just can't quite link.
Chose well, and the Frenchman scored. That's what I thought. It wasn't a neck injury at all. The Piqué's blow against Gameiro's head is cutting him wide open. He should be allowed to carry on, but we'll see.
Graham, we've seen Garay now with having some treatment. He's got a big kind of sticking plaster above his eye. He didn't start with that, did he? Gabriel, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, I looked very much because Gabriel was the one who tried to stick a leg into Suarez's progress, and
but when we saw the replay, it seemed as though he just went down.
Yeah, but when
Il Manzano on the VAR will be commenting this play to the referee. Here's the cross.
Undiano's angle, arms are raised, Vas goes down. I haven't clear whether we saw an outright push, but the arms are up. That's enough of a shove. Undiano, I think, has got that spot on. It's hugely interesting because the accidental clash between Gameiro and Piqué means that the dominant centre-half, when the ball comes in, is off the pitch. Roberto is filling in. I don't know what's in his mind, because Vas isn't going to score from there, I don't think. The judgment's poor, and even whether there's an outright shove or not, the arms raised means he gives Undiano the possibility of saying, I think it's a penalty. At that point, the likelihood is that he'll call it.
Well, we've seen on a couple of occasions how Dani Parejo has allowed one of his teammates to take the penalty for whatever reason. No reason would justify that today. They're in the Camp Nou. This is to put Valencia 2-0 up. It's Dani Parejo against Marc-Andre ter Stegen and 85,000 Catalans. Up steps Parejo. No mistake. 2-0 to Valencia. Less than 32 minutes on the clock. And Graham Hunter, we could well have a bit of a shock on our hands here.
It's a sensational take. It's nerveless. I was at the stadium, Mestalla, when he missed his only penalty this season, which was against Juventus. It went to that same side, but low. In this instance, full length, full extension, and it still goes both above him and wide of him. Marc-Andre ter Stegen is not the tallest goalkeeper in world football, but that literally, given the situation, is perfect. There is no other word. Side panel, above ter Stegen, beyond his reach, literal perfection. You don't see that often on a football pitch, but we just did.
2-0 to Valencia. Dani Parejo stepping up to take the responsibility, which goes with carrying the arm. Rakitic, Sergio Roberto, Coutinho. Again, those four very solid Valencia lines preventing Barca penetrating. Here's Vidal. Semedo.
Oh dear.
Down he goes. And the ball in the back of the net, but the referee's given a penalty.
And he gave it at a stage where the ball wasn't likely to go in the net. The whistle had gone before the possibility of playing advantage. He was looking at the incident and doing what he should do and recalculating whether or not he'd seen an offence. You sat next to me at grounds where I'll make a guess, because I think I see something, and I was about to say I think Semedo's made a lot of that.
Yeah.
I still think he's made a lot of that.
It's Leo Messi. I mean, if there's one aspect of his game that isn't perhaps absolutely top, it's been from the penalty spot. Will he change that now? Messi sends Neto the wrong way. No need to cry over the spilt milk of the goal that he put in the back of the net from the penalty incident.
Wait, you're not saying that counts as two?
No,
statisticians all over the country are going, is that goal 403 in the league? Or
But what I will say is I do agree with you. At the very, very least, it's a soft penalty.
I think that the laws allow it, but was a foul committed? Because football isn't a sport whereby if a foot makes contact with a shin in a touch, that's automatically a foul. But I think it backs Undiano sufficiently. I think he knew VAR would support him. VAR has evidently, well, we're